Yo, Hegassen here. The light is streaming into my room. I've got my normal Kinemon cosplay hanging up right there to try and stop the light coming in because I want to talk about One Piece, Manga Chapter 972, the death of Oden. This entire chapter was just building up to that moment, and it was an epic moment. Probably one of my favourite deaths in One Piece. You know, we don't get a lot of deaths in One Piece, but when we get one, they're usually very, very epic, and this is definitely one of the best ones, and has quite a bit of speculation to go with it as well. So, we all knew that by the end of this flashback, Oden, he had to die, and we finally see it here in this chapter at the hands of Kaido. But first, Oden didn't go down without a fight. He survived the boiling. He survived in the boiling for 1 hour, not using any haki, just himself, his own strength, holding up the 9 Red Scabbards. What an absolute boss. The fact that he survived that alone shows just how strong Oden is. Definitely in the top tier of One Piece strength characters. Like, talking top 5 maybe? Are we talking like Roger levels? We're talking definitely Whitebeard level. So Oden, one of the strongest characters, and his death here, because I was worried that his death would either make Kaido look a bit too strong or make Oden look a bit too weak, but the way it was done here, the fact that he endured this boiling, which was ripping his body apart for 1 hour, and then having Kaido just shoot him in the head out of like, I'm just going to put you out your misery, with Oden kind of accepting it, being like, I guess this is my time, I can sense it, I'm going to die now. And he passed on his will to his retainers. That was an epic scene. But yeah, the fact that Oden, he kind of knew that it was his death. He was saying to Toki earlier on that he knew that his time was coming and that he was just going to pass on his will. It doesn't make Oden look weak. That fear that I had didn't really come true. It doesn't make Kaido look too strong. Kaido literally just pulled out a gun and shot him in the head. Just kind of while Oden was weak. He was standing there like that. He wasn't even blocking it. So it gave Kaido the epic kill, but it didn't make Kaido look too strong, and it didn't make Oden look too weak, which was very, very important. The moment where he tells the 9 Red Scabbards he's going to die, and that he wants to pass on his will to open Wano's boilers, his will to open Wano's borders, get it right, because I'm thinking of boiling. The will to open Wano's borders was an epic moment. A little cool thing in there. Denjiro was the first one to be like, no, Oden! And then Raizo kind of puts his hand on Denjiro's mouth and is just like, we will do your bidding. And we see Oden smile. And that was a really epic moment. Kinemon and all that just showing their devotion to Oden and their devotion to the cause. Interesting that Denjiro was the one to speak up, because we haven't seen Denjiro in the present. So is this a hint as to why? Is this part of the reason as to why? So, interesting. That could potentially have something going forward. But I love the scene where they're all running off. I love how Kinemon's got his binders on and he just rips the handcuffs off as if that they were never a problem to begin with. That was a really, really cool scene. And it shows also just how strong Kinemon actually is, because we never really get to see the moments where Kinemon gets to be super strong. We've definitely seen it in these flashbacks. And then I love the talk between Kaido and Oden just before Kaido shoots him. You see that there's a little bit of respect between the two. Orochi, no respect at all. He lied about the whole thing. He was like, I changed my mind, I'm still going to kill you. He just wants to wipe out the Kozuki clan. So no redemption at all for Orochi. But Kaido gets a major little bit of respect here, where he shows respect to Oden, and then Oden shows him a bit back. Kaido's like, your death was pretty epic. People are going to be talking about them stories for years. And then Oden's just like, yeah, you can have drinks of my stories. You know, kind of knowing that Kaido, he likes his drink, he likes his parties. So got a nice little bit of respect there. And then Oden says, also, top tip, just before I die, you know, you show me a courtesy, give me a nice, you know, clean death, putting me out of my misery. I'm just going to give you one little tip. Build your forces, because right now you haven't got a chance. Don't underestimate the samurai. And don't underestimate what's going to come in 20 years, because that is also what we get at the end. Not only does Oden want his will to open Wano's borders, he wants everybody to be ready for the fact that in 20 years, he knows that there's going to be something going down, that there's going to be this big clash, this big war that we've all been alluding to. and that in that moment someone is going to come and help Wano. Of course, he's talking about Luffy. Potentially also Lady Toki. Toki's wife knows this as well because of her powers, maybe she's had some kind of premonition. Also, we had all of the stuff with Roger and with Madame Charlie, where she had the crystal ball and stuff, and was saying like, oh, in 20 years someone's going to be born, and the Shirahoshi stuff. So Oden has picked that up along the way with all of the poneglyphs. Maybe something that he's read on Laugh Tale, so he knows that something's going down in 20 years. Lady Toki knows it as well, and this is what they're all about. This is what Oden has died for. He's died so that the retainers can get out there, so that Toki can be saved. Unfortunately, we know that she doesn't get saved, but she can at least do her part of the mission of getting these people into the future, into 20 years. And Oden laid it all down so that his story, his legacy will carry on into that new generation. Really, really epic stuff. And then the big epic moment where he dies with a smile on his face. We get that epic moment with his great big Luffy smile, his big gulp smile going down into the oil. Oden, D, Kozuki. Confirmed? It's not said, but it very heavily hints to the fact that Oden is a Will of D member. Does that also mean that Momonosuke and Hiyori are also members of the Will of D? Not sure. We still don't quite know how the Will of D and stuff works. From what we've seen, it looks like it's potentially got some inheritance in there. I don't know if you can hear that, but my cat really wants to come in. One sec. Good girl. You just sit in the back. Come on. There we go. Sit in the back. So expecting maybe some confirmations later on. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that they are also these. Cat's now around my feet. So with the cat in here, the cat wants to play. So let's wrap this up. I think that this chapter is definitely a gold tier. Only thing maybe holding it back is the fact that in the middle we got all of those like flashbacks. Even though it was an epic scene, even though there were some epic moments, I think the flashbacks were a little bit unnecessary because we've only just seen all of that stuff a few chapters ago. That was kind of like Naruto level flashbacks, where we get flashbacks of the same episode within that episode. So they're a little bit unnecessary. I get why it was there, but it was a little bit unnecessary. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a gold tier. And the have to mention about the paneling and stuff. There were some really beautiful panels. I really like the end one where you see Toki ripping up the letter that Oden wrote her, and then we see the actual manga page itself getting ripped up. That was really nice. And of course that D moment where the smile's going in the oil, and the moment where you see Oden getting shot in silhouette. That was really beautiful panel as well. So really good panels. Nice bit of speculation with, is Oden a Will of D member? I think he most likely is. Nice little bit of respect moments between Kaido and Orochi, so some good character stuff there. It's overall really good chapter. A little bit confusing maybe at the end where Toki's like, don't be silly Oden, you're not going to die. Because I was reading that at first and I was like, wait, does that mean Toki's done something? But thinking back, I'm like, no, it's probably more to do with the fact that his will, his legacy, his story isn't going to die. That's going to be passed on to the next generation, to his children, to Luffy, to whoever this Joy Boy is. Hey, so thanks for watching. What did you think? Let me know about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed my video, maybe give it a like. And if you really liked it, why not subscribe? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Twitch. Oh, and here's a related video you might enjoy, and something more fresh. I've been Hegassen, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!